Hey everyone, so I'm bringing this up. I know Jay's story here has been really getting more and more confusing. Like, Jay has become more of an unknown character than we first knew over the past few months here. More and more stuff about what is exactly will happen with Jay and what focus will he have in Season 6. Well, I'm bringing this video up here, guys, because the Hageman brothers have tweeted another very interesting tweet. They have said, spoiler alert, we have seen Jay's father before. Jay loves him. Now, that brings up a lot of questions. You know, Jay's father, everyone goes to Ed and Edna. Ed. I mean, we all think it's Ed, you know, his father we've seen since the first season. You know, I mean, that's the obvious choice we automatically think. Well, you know, now they're bringing on all these questions, like, what is Jay's actual story? Who is Jay's father? Is it Ed? I don't know. Who knows? Now, you know, this next season is really bringing up a lot of very odd questions. So, I mean, there was a few replies to this tweet, and so I'm starting to think about it, and it actually, I don't know if it makes sense, but, you know, it's probably one of the only people that, comparing to this tweet, that could even make sense, and that is Cyrus Borg. Now, Cyrus Borg is, you know, a famous inventor who helped create New Ninjago City. You know, in Rebooted, you could see Jay getting all excited about meeting Cyrus Borg. You know, in the first episode of Rebooted, he was all excited about going to see Cyrus Borg and meeting Cyrus Borg and all that stuff. Well, you know, this tweet can go both ways. It can either go, you know, family, he loves his family, which is Ed. And this tweet could be a total, like, you know, it could be, you know, a little trick. You know, to make us think harder than we should. Maybe it is Ed, but if it really does mean something different, then, you know, Jay loves him. Could they be meaning in the reference where, you know, they're a huge fan, you know, love what they do, you know, love what the person has done, or just what the person is, you know, Cyrus Borg. Now you may be thinking, well, that's just odd altogether. It may be. But, you know, I'm just going by the replies. Now, if you think about it, Cole's father, you know, you get some of the Ninja's parents that look a little older, like Garmadon, Misako. You have Ed and Edna. But then you have, like, someone like Cole's father. Cole's father doesn't look as older. So, I mean, Cyrus Borg, again, doesn't look as older as well. So, there's so many questions that are brought up just from this tweet. Again, I'm almost going towards more that this tweet here is just a big trick question. At least that's what I'm thinking. That's my opinion on this whole tweet. That it's just a big trick question. You know, because we obviously see Jay's focus is coming next season. But I personally think this is like a tweet that's meant to kind of trick us up a little bit, make us think harder than we should. And I'm almost thinking it's just going to be Ed anyways. Ed and Edna as his parents, you know. I don't know why they would change that. It's like, they've already shown his parents. You know, I honestly hope they don't change that. But, you know, who knows what to do in Season 6. But right now, you know, there's also other people, maybe other random people out there, that maybe a new character they'll bring in. Who knows? But, you know, Jay was first introduced as an inventor. You know, the pilot episodes and all that, you know, Jay hasn't really been the inventor, I suppose, you know, it's been more Nia, if you think about it. Nia has kind of done more of the building and the inventing stuff and all that, you know. But in the first pilot episodes, Jay was introduced as more of an inventor kind of guy, you know. He was trying to invent, like, these wings that help him fly, glider wing things, you know. That's how Sensei Wu recruited him. So, you know, they introduced Jay as an inventor. So, an inventor. Again, this can go either way. Ed is, you know, an inventor. He makes things. Yet again, Sarisborg is a huge inventor who helped create New Ninjago City in Season 3 Rebooted. And so, the big question here is, what is Ed Jay's father? I think so still. I'm starting to think this tweet is just a little trick question, little trick tweet. But if it's not, who is Jay's father then? You know, is it really Ed or is it someone else? Is it someone we've seen before? They say we have seen Jay's father before. So I don't think it's going to be a random character. Or maybe it's just a character that's rarely been shown in the show. But they say we've seen him before. So Jay's father, well, most likely, I'm still thinking Ed. But, you know, if it's not, we have seen this character before. We've seen Sarisborg before. Again, I'm only bringing Sarisborg up mainly because some people really responded to that tweet with Sarisborg. And if you think about it, it kind of makes sense. Jay is like a huge fan of Sarisborg. You know, and the tweet response, you know, kind of relates to that. So, I mean, what do you guys think? You know, do you think this tweet is just kind of like a trick little question here, or a trick little tweet just to make us think harder than we should? And do you think it really just is Ed? I think that's what I'm thinking. I think it's still just Ed and Edna, as his parents and all, you know. But again, we have a whole season to see and explain Jay's real story. Like, is it Ed and Edna? You know, I mean, if you think about it, Jay's father, you know, who had the elemental lightning or element of lightning? You know, we have not seen his father or mother use lightning yet. And of course, well, Sarisborg, you know, we haven't seen him. He's even disabled. So I mean, we've seen him in wheelchairs. We've seen him in his cool machine, but it's not like we've seen him jumping around and using electricity or anything. You know, just we haven't seen anyone. I don't think we've seen anyone else use electricity yet. So the big question is, who has the who had the power? So it's all a very, very big mystery, especially with all these new questions and tweets. So what do you guys think? Well, I still think it's Ed. I still think there's stories and things they need to tell Jay that, you know, he didn't know before. But what do you guys think? Who really is Jay's father? I think it's Ed, but who do you guys think Jay's father really, really is?